Hey everybody, welcome back to this week's show with our good friend, Adam Walton. Hey, what do you got to say for yourself, my friend?
Not a lot about myself, but we got a lot of friends here today. We're going to film another outdoor safety episode with hunting season getting into full swing. We wanted to make sure that people are safe when they're out in the woods again this season. So we're going to do some scenarios and cover some pretty important topics.
Hey, I'm going to tell you this, is that there's very few things in my life that are more important than hunting and fishing. And I can tell you the one thing that is more important than hunting and fishing is either my family or one of my friends that I'm hunting or fishing with. And I'll tell you, in a scenario that something happens, I want to make sure that I have every advantage that I can possibly have to save somebody's life, right? So
Absolutely.
This is what this week's show is all about.
Yep, and we're going to try to cover some pretty basic skills, but very important skills that everyone should know if they're out in the woods. Because EMS isn't always 3 to 5 minutes away like they are in town. You get out in the woods, you might have quite a delay, and every second counts when somebody's major injury occurs or something like that. So we want to make sure people are prepared.
So hang on to your heinies.
Hey man, you all right? What happened?
The UTV hit the tree. I lost control.
All right, I'm gonna call for help.
Oh, hurry up.
All right.
Oh, man. Oh. I don't feel right. Something doesn't feel right.
Hey, 911. My name's Adam. Yeah, we are at we're on the ATV trail off Connor Road in the city of Janesville. I got a guy that looks like he hit a tree with an ATV. He's got some really bad injuries. I can see a bone sticking out of his leg. You can send EMS and fire. Yep, Connor Road. All right, thank you.
When walking upon an emergency, especially out in the woods, it's good to announce your presence, verbally to say, "Are you okay?" to get the injured person's attention. You have to remember everyone you approach out here is out here for a reason. A lot of them may be armed, and if they're severely injured, can certainly have an altered mental state. So making your presence known allows you to know that they're awake and alert, and also to alert them to your presence.
Yes, they're fine. I think I might just scratch a little bit up or something, but oh, man. Oh.
Does that hurt?
No, that doesn't hurt. I just don't. That's
Okay, your
my
belly hurts really bad?
In the hair.
You probably notice that he's got a pretty significant wound on his left leg. Adam is a trained paramedic and knows not to look directly at that and get distracted by it, but to look for more concerning life-threatening injuries. This is why he has yet to move the patient and is doing a full head-to-toe assessment before providing any treatment.
Feel your hands.
You can't feel my hand. You can't feel.
I feel the pressure, but
Okay.
it's like just pressure, but they're tingling.
On this leg right here, can you push down? Can you move your foot?
About like that. That's about as much as I can move it.
Okay.
I'm trying.
Okay.
It just hurts.
All right, Joe. So your leg,
Yeah.
your left leg is broken. I can see the bone. So
Oh, that's not good.
nope.
That's good.
And the fact that your belly hurts really bad, there might be something going on internally. So we got EMS is on their way. Okay.
Yeah.
But with your back pain and that tingling, I
Yeah.
need you to be super still. Don't move. Don't move your neck.
Okay.
Don't try to move around at all. Just calm down. I know that's easier said than done, but calm down, control your breathing.
Okay.
And I'm gonna go get some stuff to splint your leg really quick while we're
Okay.
waiting here, okay?
All right.
It really is noteworthy in this situation that the victim here cannot feel his leg and does not know that his leg is broken.
Don't move, okay?
As you can see, he's got bones sticking right out of it, but that's not his major concern. That's not where the bulk of his pain is. That's concerning for a few reasons, in that you have to be concerned about a spinal injury with a change in sensation in the legs and the hands. That's why approaching that distracting injury last is a pretty good idea. We can see he's lost some blood, but it doesn't appear to be actively bleeding right now.
Connor Road and Highway 14
Yeah.
on the ATV trail.
All right.
Now, Joe, I gotta cut your pants here, make sure there's not any major bleeding going on, okay? Don't move.
It's not advisable to move this patient by yourself, especially with the concern for a spinal injury. So waiting until help arrives is absolutely the best play. That doesn't mean you can't do anything though. With this use of time, we can use materials found in this environment to help stabilize that fracture, help slow down or stop any bleeding, keep him warm and somewhat comfortable until we can get the help here we need to move him safely.
We're on an ATV trail.
Okay.
You guys will notice that's about the third time he's asked that question. That calls into concern a closed head injury, asking questions over and over again, perseverating. One thing I don't see in this scene right now is any sort of a weapon. And I'll just remind you that someone that has an altered mental state, you're going to want to make sure that that scene's safe for you. Whatever weapon he may have been traveling with needs to be made safe as well.
Very lucky.
Yeah.
We got help on the way, okay? Just remember, don't move.
Yeah.
Control your breathing, okay?
Is it okay if I just hold my belly?
Keep your hands right where they are.
Okay. Was it bad?
It was bad, yep.
Oh man.
Just control your breathing, Joe.
I'm doing all right.
Nice and calm, okay?
Okay. Thank you for helping me.
You're welcome. I know we're out here quite a ways. It's gonna take a while for help to get here, okay?
Yeah. Yeah, that's all right.
Just need you to focus on staying calm,
Yeah.
controlling that breathing.
All right. Yeah, I'm breathing okay.
Okay. Okay. I got your leg splinted.
Yeah.
Now this is super important. I need you to remember this.
Yeah.
I need to go get help.
Okay.
Because they know we're out here,
All right.
but they don't know exactly where we are.
Are you coming back?
We are coming back, I promise you.
Okay. All right. Don't leave me too long.
We're gonna get to them as fast as I can and get them back here, but I need you not to move.
All right.
Okay?
All right,
Do not try to move. Don't move your neck.
No, I won't.
Don't try to sit up or anything like that, okay?
Was I in an accident?
You were.
Okay.
All right?
Yeah.
Very uncomfortable situation as a lone rescuer, but Adam does need to leave the victim right now so that he can guide definitive help and care to the scene.
Okay. All right. Hurry back.
Fire departments that have a responsibility in rural areas are prepared for all sorts of things just like this. This is why they have the UTV, is to be able to access some of these more remote locations.
Hey guys, this is Joe. I came upon Joe like this. He's been conscious the whole time.
I don't know, Joe. We just got here.
He keeps repeating himself.
Okay.
But he said he had tingling in his legs and his neck hurt and back hurt. And I know when I touched his belly, he said it hurt really, really bad on his belly.
I'm gonna take a look at your belly here, Joe.
It just feels kind of weird.
And then I just did this makeshift splint because I just didn't want him to move, and I went to go get help.
Okay. Joe, you having any, what kind of neck pain you having? Sharp, dull?
It just start.
Right there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It's like
We're
right
gonna
in the
get this
middle.
C-collar on you, okay? It's gonna feel pretty
Okay.
uncomfortable. But we don't want you moving that neck, okay? So just stay looking forward for him.
I'm going to try to motion restrict him as much as they can, again in an attempt to help keep the spine aligned and prevent any further damage or injury.
You're on a trail here, a trailhead. You able to wiggle your hands for me? Okay. Any numbness tingling down your legs at all?
Yeah, it just feel weird. It's like I can. He was touching them earlier. I felt like pressure, but I can't really.
I'm just gonna lift that head up just a smidge. Don't move this neck left or right, okay?
Okay. All right.
It's gonna be uncomfortable here.
Oh, what happened?
Sounds like you got in an accident.
Oh, it sucks. I really don't want to get in an accident today. Am I hurt?
Yeah, it looks like you got some injuries there, buddy.
Oh.
Take care of you.
Man.
Yep, we're gonna get you on a backboard here in a second,
Okay.
and then we're gonna get you going to the hospital. All right?
All right.
Any pain through the chest?
No, that doesn't hurt.
How about your belly? Belly
it
hurts?
over here.
Okay, what about the shoulders?
No, nothing there.
He's about
your hips?
20 or
No.
so feet from the ATV too.
Obviously, all right. What about this leg?
No, nothing of that.
Can you wiggle your toes? Okay.
Communication and teamwork certainly makes the job go a lot easier. It's very plain to see that these gentlemen have worked together before. They're going to work together to roll him while keeping his spine in line. Again, to try to prevent any further damage to the spine or the nerves.
1, 2, 3.
I know. Oh, that hurts.
Big breath, big breath.
Yep. Back.
If you do find yourself involved in a scenario like this with the fire department coming to help, it's okay to ask for help, but please do follow their directions. They're trying to resolve the scene at hand. They don't need interference from the outside and to try to distract their attention from their primary focus.
Ready?
1, 2, 3.
You guys need to reset before we go up, or is it okay?
With the initial assessment complete, main injuries identified, the bleeding controlled, and the bone stabilized from that fracture, it's now time to get our victim here moved to definitive care. This gentleman got lucky that our bystander just happened upon him. I will say just a couple safety things. If you're going into the woods and you're going by yourself, let someone else know where you're going. Just have some sort of general idea. So if you don't check in, they know where to look. Having your cell phone easily accessible is also a very good idea. I like to keep mine in my chest pocket so that it's less likely to fall out, get dropped, easier to access. Knowing where you're going, having a plan, and letting someone know you're going there can help you have more days in the woods. God forbid you ever have a problem like Joe's having today. In many cases, in the places that we hunt, we find ourselves out in the wilderness, a good distance away from resources, from major cities and hospitals. Joe's injuries are such that he needs to be seen at a level 1 trauma center, capable of caring for neurosurgery as well as any abdominal injury. If you'll recall, his abdomen hurt him worse than his open leg fracture did. Fastest way to get from the middle of nowhere to the place where these resources are frequently is by helicopter. Here we have Mercy Health's React helicopter crew loading the patient onto their stretcher to get into the helicopter and head to the level 1 trauma center in Rockford.
How you doing, sir?
I'm gonna take your hat from you for a sec, okay?
You'll notice from professional to professional and across every move, there's a reassessment that occurs, making sure that all the patient's needs are met. They'll recheck his splint, recheck his vital signs, make sure he doesn't need life-saving intervention, blood products, pain medication, things of that nature. It's easy to get distracted by the injury and the bleeding that you can see. What tends to be more life-threatening, though, are the injuries and the bleeding that you cannot see. That's why it's important to do that assessment, repeat that assessment, and make sure that you keep an eye on things as they evolve.
1, 2, 3. Two, three. Are they on?
Nope. Here we go. Matt?
Alright. Ready? Both wheels are on?
Yep.
2, 3. Okay.
Oh crap. Hey, Adam.
Yeah.
He cut himself bad, man. I think we gotta. Here, I'm gonna start some direct pressure here.
Okay,
So-
I'll go. I got a field bag.
Well, I got a tourniquet with me here. So I'll just throw that on him right now, and then if you want to get your stuff. Okay? All right. Oh, man. Dude, what happened? Oh, yeah, I know, man. It's gonna hurt. It's gonna hurt. You're just gonna have to deal with it for a second. I gotta get this up high.
So in the case of major bleeding with arterial injury, you want to make sure that you can get the pressure above the wound to stop the bleeding. Tourniquets are very effective at this, but they are painful to apply,
Yeah, I know, buddy.
and they do take some effort. You want to make sure you're at least a few inches above the wound and tighten it down until the bleeding stops. That will give you time to apply dressings to the remainder of the wound to keep it covered and clean. The other thing our helpful hunter is doing is applying some pressure over the femoral artery to decrease the amount of blood pressure in that leg. So now we're applying some dressings directly into the wound to help catch any ongoing bleeding and help form a clot so the bleeding will stop. One of the most important parts with big wounds is to find the spot where it's bleeding and apply direct pressure. So 1 or 2 fingers worth, not a whole hand, just your fingers directly over the area of bleeding to put as much pressure as you can on that spot and help the artery or vein close down and stop bleeding.
All right, you're gonna be all right, buddy. We're gonna call for the ambulance here, too. Yeah, I know.
So you always want to make sure you check everything after you apply it to make sure it's still working and controlling breathing. You also want to check for any other injuries the patient may have, because if he was bleeding from another spot, you would want to make sure to take care of that area as well. So you want to start with the largest wound and work your way through until you control the bleeding and you can get further help. In the case of more superficial or surface wounds, you don't necessarily need a tourniquet. You'll notice that for those wounds, the bleeding is not as fast or as heavy, but you do still want to apply direct pressure. So using 2 fingers directly over the identified side of the bleeding to make sure that you can get that bleeding controlled. Elevating helps decrease the amount of blood flow to that area and improves the chances of you stopping that bleeding. In general, for those, you can also apply a pressure dressing using some stretchy elastic bandage or other equipment you have with you to hold pressure on that wound so that if you need to move the patient, they're able to move with that dressing still in place. So you can see they're continuing to maintain pressure while they're getting the wrapping together. And this stretchy elastic bandage has quite a bit of pressure to it. So after you apply it, you just want to make sure the patient can still feel and move fingers and toes that are further down, so you know that they still have some circulation beyond the wound.
All right, I still got a pulse, so we're still good.
Just keep that elevated.
Okay.
Hey everybody, this week's tip of the week brought to you by our good friends up at Mike's Country Meats, the finest jerky on the planet. Hey, I'll tell you one of the most important things when you're out in the outdoors, and if something ever happens, that somebody else knows where you're at. So this week's tip is definitely when you're going out to your tree stand, you're going fishing, you're going hiking, whatever you're doing, let somebody else know where you're at. Hey, again, this week's tip of the week brought to you by our good friends up at Mike's Country Meats, the finest jerky on the planet.
It's almost like the days when you had a Harley and you were waving to the guy on a bike. You see another warrior on the water, you just get a good feel.
First class, all the way from the people that ride them to the people that make them.
They do such a nice job with communication. They'll pick up the phone anytime. It's really almost a friendship.
You could be in any state, and when somebody with a warrior drives by you, you get that honk, that beep. You're truly part of a family, and there's nothing like it.
Introducing Forever Barnwood. Transform your space with the warmth and character of a genuine barnwood look. Forever Barnwood offers over 200 authentic barnwood products. We are commercial and food safe. Our products are available in unlimited quantities while still providing the consistency you need to complete large projects. All of this while still looking like it came out of a 100-year-old barn. Forever Barnwood. Bring the history inside.
Hey, this week's Marine Suds moment, we're going to be using our products, not on marine products, but we're going to be using it on our automotive. And here's our Suburban. Seats all messed up here, dirty. And I'll tell you, this instant detailer works out absolutely perfect to remove all stains, fingerprints, any kind of grime that's on the seats. Check this out. Bring her down. Look at that. Who was sitting on that seat? And it smells absolutely awesome. Look how that makes that seat look almost brand new again. Hey, you guys, make sure you go to marinesuds.com and check out all the great products they have. Hey, what an amazing day we had today here. I want to make sure we thank everybody. You know, the most important thing is to stay safe. And I'll tell you, when that accident does happen, if it does happen, we want to make sure that you guys and gals are able to maybe save somebody's life. Hey, we want to thank everybody here for their service. And Adam, take it away.
Yeah, so a lot of players involved today. I'd like to do a special thanks to Ray Garrick for use of the property and Garrick Farms, Janesville Fire Department crew, Station 5 B shift, Dr. Wistrom right here to my right, and Dr. Gibson Chambers down there, and Mercy Health for all their assistance in putting this together.
As we put it together for TV content, this is a real life scenario. These things do happen. And so if you can be prepared, you can save a life, and the life you save might be your own. If you'd like to learn more about first aid in the sportsman's arena, check us out at mercyems.org.
Hey, like we do each and every week, we always want to thank all of our military men and women for the great service they have given this country and continue to give this country, along with all of our firefighters and paramedics, and no doubt all of our law enforcement agents. Hey, remember, the most important thing, it is a great day to be alive, and we'll see you guys and gals again next week, and thanks for joining us. I mean, you're talking fine still, so you're not delirious at all.
Yeah, these, well.
I don't even know what to say, and that's the rarity, right? Do not be.
What's going on? You ready for the next shoot or what?
Dang right, we're
Come
ready.
on.
How's it going today? How's it going today? It's
good.
You never know what's in the woods, right? Are you hot in there?
Not too bad.